This week on Wildcat News, a controversial video about prom was posted by Cleveland High School.
The location of graduation is announced.
And one of our assistant principals is retiring.
All these stories and more coming up because Wildcat News starts now. Good morning, West Johnston. I'm Anastasia Lonesky.
And I'm Chase Faircloth. Recently, Cleveland High School posted a video in regards to their prom dress code. Many students and facility members here at West found it sexist, Erik Beene reports.
Prom is only a few months away, which means it's dress shopping season for many students across the county. Some schools enforce stricter dress code policies at prom than others. However, controversy has arisen over Cleveland High School's attempt to explain their prom dress code with a video posted on their website. Many staff and students have labeled the video sexist and say it unfairly targets women only.
The video is sexist in that it doesn't address the entire student body. It doesn't focus or address what young men should wear to prom. It only focuses on what women wear to prom and is specifically on what body parts they do or don't expose. If they expose their shoulders, somehow or other they're too alluring to boys and it could make boys act inappropriately. And so it does nothing to empower young women. Rather, it says keep covered up because we can't expect our young men to behave respectfully toward women in any kind of formal environment.
Junior Savannah Hara took offense to the lack of any apparent male dress code.
We're people too. We're equal, and we should have equal representation to men. If you're going to target women, you should also say what a man should wear. It's just important to address issues equally, especially in a school environment.
I think that Cleveland, their intention was okay, that they meant to say we want everyone to wear appropriate things and not be shocking or too provocative at prom, but instead they sent a completely different message and basically, told girls that that they're still just objects and that they should keep themselves covered up so that we can prevent boys from being inappropriate around them as objects.
We reached out to Cleveland High School's administration, but they declined to comment on this story. West Johnston High School does not have a written dress code policy. However, administration does ask that all students arrive at prom in tasteful formal wear. If you have any questions on whether or not your dress is appropriate, contact administration. I'm Erik Beene, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Erik.
The senior class of 2016 voted to determine the location of where graduation will be held. It was concluded that this year's ceremony will be in the gym. Principal Paula Coates explains how this decision was made.
The process was the letter goes home to parents. We describe the voting process. We ask each family to discuss it and send it back. We give a deadline. And in that letter, we talk about what's good about outside, what's good about inside, what's bad, back and forth about each one, the cost, the tickets. We try to cover every possible graduation topic. And then we get those returned through homeroom teachers.
81 families voted for graduation to be held outside. 16 voted to have it inside, and 165 had no preference or didn't return the letter, giving up their vote and letting administration decide.
Ideally, what I would like to be able to do is to meet everyone's needs. I'd like to have it inside somewhere that would seat a lot of people. That's the big advantage to outdoors, is that it seats a lot of people. And having it indoors does separate families. But when you look at viewing it on the screen, you get a much better picture sometimes indoors in front of the smartboard than you would far away from outside.
Seniors will be given 4 tickets for seating in the gym. All other visitors can view graduation from a classroom, the auditorium, or even from home using simulcast.
With prom just a few months away, many students are shopping for their formal apparel. However, the cost of prom may be an obstacle for some. Ariel Andrews finds out how students and faculty are helping.
Recently, a county-wide program called Cinderella's Wardrobe has been reestablished. This program was originally created for the benefit of girls in the Johnston County area that do not have the means to purchase formal attire for prom. The program collects slightly used formal dresses and prom accessories. About 4 weeks prior to prom, eligible junior and senior girls can obtain their prom attire. West Johnston student coordinator of Cinderella's Wardrobe, Allison Henry, tells why she took aid in making our school a part of the program.
I decided to help with Cinderella's Closet because I know how expensive prom can be, and from working with Food Pantry, it really opened my eyes to how much need is in our community, and I think every girl should have a chance to go to prom no matter how much a dress costs or their hair or their makeup. So I just really wanted to get involved to make this available for everybody.
To ensure full confidentiality of shoppers, the location of Cinderella's Wardrobe will only be disclosed to its participants. Students who would like to participate can pick up a form in the Media Center.
To the girls who are a little too nervous to even reach out about Cinderella's Closet, don't be scared. It's really not a big deal. Prom is a really fun time, and you shouldn't miss out on it just because you don't have a dress.
I'm Ariel Andrews, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Ariel.
Now over to Jamie Snover with The Rundown.
I'm Jamie Snover, and welcome to The Rundown. Here's the last week's scores. Friday, JV boys lost 62-45, varsity boys lost 75-53, and varsity girls lost 53-44 against Clayton. Here's a look at the Greater Neuse River Conference cheer competition.
The Wildcats kick off the competition with a game day cheer.
West Johnston!
Going into the routine, Ashley Dolan pyramid dips into a front flip. Next, Dolan and Emily Godwin ball up into arabesque. Next up, the girls go back on the floor to complete standing tumbling. Into the next pyramid, the flyers switch up, lib, and turn into arabesque. The next stunt starts with a full up and ends with a 360 cradle. After a toe touch from Ashley Dolan, the girls complete 2 toe touches and a back handspring. Finally, running tumbling kicks off the final dance. Senior Ashley Dolan represented the Wildcats when competing for Cheerleader of the Year. She starts with a toe touch, double back handspring, and back tug. Dolan then completes a front walkover. Next up is a toe touch, pike, hurdler, back handspring, and another toe touch. Dolan then completes a triple back handspring and a layout. Finally, she completes a front handspring, round off, double back handspring, and ends with a full.
Great job, ladies. Nik Reasor speaks with senior Cole Carlson about his performance swimming in the GNRC meet.
Recently, senior Cole Carlson made waves by winning the men's 50-meter freestyle swim at the conference swim meet. Carlson shares how it felt to win his event.
When I swim, my mind's normally just kind of blank and it's just like focusing on my form and trying to make sure I don't make any mistakes or have any errors in my stroke. And when I touched the pad at the end and turned and looked at the scoreboard and saw that I'd won, I was honestly surprised and excited at the same time. I was really happy with the time I got and everything that happened during that race.
Carlson has been swimming since he was young. In fact, it runs in the family.
I started swimming because both my parents have always been really involved in swimming and they just got me in at a young age and I really enjoyed that, so I've pretty much been doing it my whole life. When I first started, I never really expected to win something like this. It was honestly like a rush of excitement and I was really proud of myself, honestly, because I have never accomplished something like that before, so it was a new feeling, but I worked hard for it and did my best.
Carlson doesn't plan on competing past high school, so seeing this as his last chance to win big, Carlson made sure to push himself.
It's kind of exciting being a senior on the swim team and going to these meets and stuff because you know it's pretty much your last shot at it, so you got to give it everything you have. And you know, you've been through this for years now, so I was definitely thinking about, you know, this is it, my chance to make it to regionals or win, or, you know, my last senior meet.
I'm Nik Reasor, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Nick. Basketball is away on Thursday. Come out and support all your winter athletes. I'm Jamie Snover, and that's your week's rundown.
Thanks, Jamie.
Jewel Vines, assistant principal, will retire in March. Vines, who retired from the Army in 1995, has spent the last 21 years working in education.
You have to know when it's time to go. It's my time. That I'm retiring my second time to do something else. And what else? Who knows? There's a lot to do, and I have plans. I'm only 60 years old. I have time to do a third career. I'm not finished.
Even though he will be leaving, Vines says there will be many things he'll miss about working in education and here at West.
My favorite thing about West Johnston is people. Nice bunch of folks who work together to make things happen. I'll miss those relationships. Education has to be one of the most important things in life. That's why I want to be a part of it. One of the reasons I want to be a vice principal is to get the experience, meeting different ones, meeting different people, and with all races and all nationality and all type of academic abilities, and just be a part of that. You know, touching lives and helping folks, and folks helping me. And that's what it's all about.
Well, that's all for us this week. If you have any comments, questions, or story leads, email us at wjstudentmedia@gmail.com or send us a tweet at wjstudentmedia.
And if you want to watch Wildcat News at home, on the go, or catch up on past episodes, go to wjstudentmedia.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Chase Faircloth.
And I'm Anastasia Lonesky. Thanks for watching and have a great week.